Hi guys, welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade and what we eat in a week, and let's begin. Right guys, here we have some fish, buttered fish, and then onion rings, they're calamari, and some homemade chips. Nom 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 nom. I enjoyed the calamari, but Steve didn't this time. Usually he does. Right, so this is a Creole chicken rub, which I'm putting on Steve's, and it's from a subscriber from Ireland, and her name is Jacqueline Corrigan Kelly, so thank you for the inspiration for this one, and we'll get on with the recipe. Oh, that's chicken thighs in the air fryer, spicy chicken thighs. So that's garlic oil going in that bag. And what we're going to put in it. So we're going for won't come out, look. Half a tablespoon of smoked paprika. Then we have, was that garlic? Then we have flaked sea salt. Then we've got onion. What? Mixed herbs? No, thyme. That one, oregano. Can't remember what I put in. I have to go back to my recipe. Anyway, it was spicy. Add some more pepper in. If anyone's interested in that spice recipe, then just let me know and I'll message you the full recipe for it. Oh dear. So yeah, get worse. It's old age. More garlic oil. That's just to make sure it sticks. Then lob in your chicken thighs. They're going in the air fryer, so I left the skin on and the bone in. And these will be Steve's because I'm a wimp and can't stand any form of heat. Ow. Best place to do it is in the bag. Give it a good old mixy, then put it back in the fridge and leave it plenty of time to marinate. Mine was a lot simpler. Garlic, onion. Sweet chilli. You noticed how I don't go overboard with the sweet chilli there. I told you I was a wimp. Give it a nice taste though. I don't like it where it's so hot that I can't taste anything. And Steve likes that type of heat. He'd eat ghost peppers and whatever. He'd probably try that Packy chip, is it? Patchy chip or whatever it's called. Pocky chip, I think. Anyway. I'm going to bake mine in the oven. Steve's is going to be done in the air fryer. See that focaccia bread there? That was homemade. And if you would like the recipe for that, I can give you the recipe for that as well. Looks nice, doesn't it? I think Steve at the top, instead of rosemary and olives, there's mine going in the oven. Put garlic oil, salt. Oh, look at that. And nigella seeds on top. Anyway, back to this. So we've got some savoury rice. There's the focaccia bread. Yeah, definitely salt, look. And nigella seeds. And look at that. It was lovely and crispy. I don't know why I tapped it. Oh, it's gone now anyway. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one was Steve's, I know it was, because I ate the side of it. I was like, whoo! That'll teach me to pinch his chicken, won't it? So yeah, we enjoyed that meal. Here is a tray bake when it focuses. So everything was baked on the tray, including the corn. It's just a mixture of vegetables, sausage, sliced potatoes, pepper, onion, corn, bell pepper, runner beans. Next day was a simple, easy day. Baguette, because we had a Morrison's delivery. It was a salt and pepper baguette, and then loads of sausage and bacon. Or was it just bacon? I can't remember. Oh yeah, there's sausage hiding at the bottom. Oh, I was supping like a good one after eating that, guys. This is a steak and onion steamed pie, pudding, whatever you want to call it. Again with the crispy sliced potatoes. There's some kale and carrots on the side. And I made 2 of them steamed puddings. Num num. So, I'd already done a turkey casserole. I've been raving about these legs that you can get. So, the last time I made it, I split the half of the turkey that was cooked, which is obviously what I'm undoing, and half of the stock, which was what I've just poured into there because I took it out of the freezer. The next time I make it, I will record the entire process. That was the other half of that turkey that I cooked. So that turkey that I paid £5 for, that leg, by the time it broke down, it made 2 huge meals for £2.50 a piece. So in I'm putting some parsnips and some onions and some mushrooms. Again, as we do every Sunday, we take out everything that needs using up and we slap it in. I'm going to chuck in some thyme. So about a teaspoon. This is a huge pot here. It's deceptive looking at it on the telly. Or on your phone, whichever one you're doing. So I put in about a teaspoon of chopped garlic eventually. I was stood there longer than that, putting it in. There we are. And when I froze this in the dish, I made sure I froze it in some juice. Its own juice. That's not fat, that is its own stock. And within 5 minutes that completely came apart. It'd been in the fridge all night to defrost. So I give it half an hour for the meat and everything to heat up. And now I'm going to chuck in my carrots and my chopping board by the look of it. I am not one for turkey. Honestly, I only have it at Christmas. And whenever I think of turkey, I think bland. Right, these are just normal little tiny potatoes. I'm leaving the skin on and everything. They are pre-washed. That's why they're sticking to the bag. Anyway, yeah, I think of turkey as dry usually. But this leg, honestly, I've got to show you how to cook it. I'll have to do it again, won't I? Even if I have to freeze it all. You won't believe it, honestly. And the flavour you get off that bone, off that leg. It's amazing. It's one of the best casseroles. This what I'm making now is a turkey cobbler. Look at all that meat, look. And the meat is so tender. So, I've not used these before. They're supposed to be for like soups and whatnot. I just stuck a few in just to see for my own curiosity really. You see, I don't put much in. Just sprinkle some in. Just to see, because I've never used them, how much they expand. Do they make it thicker? You know what I mean? Experimenting sort of thing. They do get quite a lot bigger. But I wouldn't use them in a stew or anything. So that I do know now from trying them. So here I'm going to make a lemon and poppy seed cake. So in goes some plain flour. And you want 2.5 cups or 325 grams. 1 3/4 teaspoons of baking powder. And you want 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then leave that aside, and in another bowl, put half a cup or 112 grams of unsalted butter. I use margarine. Half a cup or 120 mils of vegetable oil. 1.5 cups or 310 grams of sugar. And then what you're going to do, and your vanilla, a half teaspoon of vanilla extract, is you're going to whip this in your, not whip it, but with your paddle for a couple of minutes. This turns so white, it was ever so nice. So you're going to add your eggs one at a time. You need 4. Don't add another until this one, the first one, has been absorbed by the mix. So keep adding your eggs. Look how white that mixture is there, look. This cake is so refreshing, and it is very lemony. So I've whipped it up, and I'm going to add half of the flour mixture. Next, what I'm going to do is add 3/4 of a cup of milk, which is 180 mils, to half a cup, 120 mils of fresh lemon juice. And I've just realised there I've left the seeds in. So I've had to sort that out and come back. And I've popped that in. And once that's mixed in, I'm going to put the rest of the flour in. You want 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon zest to go in. Give it a slap, that's it. There we are, shoving it in your face. And 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds. As soon as I put these in, I turn my mixer off and then just mix it by hand. You want 3 8-inch cake tins. Put some parchment in. You know me, I don't stick to the actual recipe. I did 4. And you want to preheat your oven to 350F. Gas for 176C. If you're doing the 3 pans, bake it for between 20-25 minutes. Depends on your oven. Just make sure that whatever you test them with comes out clean. And just allow them to cool. Look how white they are. You can see that poppy seed and you can see the grated lemon. It was so lemony. Anyway, I banged them in the oven, so I'm back to my casserole, my cobbler. So here I am adding some turkey granules. I do like to add them to this. There we go. I'm looking at it and I'm getting hungry. And it's like, what? Nearly 10 o'clock in the morning of the day it's going to be released. So in about an hour's time. And I'm already thinking about food. This was so nice. With the crusty bread as well. Oh. So I did a sweetheart cabbage. Get me, eh? Instead of a white, just for a change. I don't mind this one either. I only cooked it for 5 minutes. It really doesn't need long. It's got soft leaves. Right, this was the frozen tender stem broccoli. I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether I like it or not. I'm still deciding. Again, every vegetable that went into this steamer, everything was only cooked for 5 minutes once it came to a boil. It didn't need long. Then I'm showing you my bread. So I'm going to cook that and get it crispy. I'm just doing me. You see, mine's thinner than what yours would be, simply because I split it between the 4 tins, although I didn't use 4. We started eating it before I put it together. Anyway, this is just for Sunday dinner. It really doesn't matter. You can see I'm not piping it on or anything like that. If I was doing it for a specific recipe to show you, then yeah. Which I can do if you guys want that. Then I'll do it properly. But as you can see, I'm just lobbing the cream on. Using what's cream's left. And that's it. I just banged it in the fridge and that was it. We ate it for dinner. It was refreshing. It was light. It was lovely. And that was just fresh cream that went in there. You see how thick this has gone now? This is after I put them granules in, I put this in the oven for about 2 hours. And you're going to see it now, because of them granules, how thick it's... Oh, look at it. How thick it's gone. That turkey starts to break down even more. These pans, I cannot tell you how invaluable these pans are. Hob straight into the oven, and they cook everything so well and faster. I could have took this out before the 2 hours, but I was waiting on mother-in-law to arrive. By this point, if this is where I put me dumplings in, she's already here, but I'm just going to use her as an excuse. Anyway, I was waiting for her to arrive. Yeah, she's already here talking to me. So, as you can see, I'm just using the boxes that you've seen me getting holes for this one today. I'm quite happy to show you when I use a box. And this is the golden fry one, and I absolutely love that dumpling mix. It's so light. So I've used 2 boxes. Don't need 2 boxes, but I'm greedy. And I've added some parsley, and I'm going to add in, I'm sure, some crushed up sea salt flakes and a bit of pepper. I'm going to mix it till it just comes together. It's not rocket science. And I find with this as well, if you leave it just that little bit, the mix just that little bit stickier than you should, they're lighter. I don't roll them out into perfect balls. I don't think you'll see me doing that in most of these anyway. Videos. It's home cooking. I'm not aiming for a Michelin star here. It's just good home cooking, healthy food. Well, apart from the dumplings, ignore that, and the lashings of butter I put on the bread. Anyway, it's healthy food that you serve your family. It's as simple as that. See, I'm not going for any shape in particular. I'm just popping them on. And I did actually forget to take a picture and show you when it came out, but the dumplings filled the entire top of that pan. I have to keep remembering to take that final shot. I mean, you can see the cobbler for yourself. You can see how nice that looks, nice and thick. It's just the dumplings I didn't show you, unfortunately, but you can see them on my plate when I put them on my plate. Again, if you want me to go through this recipe, but you've more or less seen it anyway, but if you want to go through the cooking of the turkey and whatnot, then I'm happy to do that. You know, I can't get over how cheap that turkey leg is. It's £5 from Morrison's. It's massive. First time I ordered it online, I expected this pokey little bit to come, and when it come up, my jaw just hit the floor. I couldn't believe how big it was. Never mind wiping the top, Hayley. Get the lid on, you bloody thing. I'm gabbing, look. Get the lid on it and get it in the oven, Hayley. At this point, I put the lid on finally. When I put it in the oven, it's for 20 minutes. And it's still on gas 5. Then I take the lid off for 10 minutes and whip it up to gas mark 7, just to crunch the top of the cobbler, as you can see. But you can see how well they turned out. And that, oh, it was luscious. Luscious. And in that, we served 5 with that pan of cobbler, and mother-in-law took 2 full containers of it at home as well. So you can see it makes a lot. And then big chunks of meat, they're so tender, they just melt in your mouth. And you have to have your crunchy bread to dip in your gravy. Anyway, that's it for what we had this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want any of the recipes, please just let me know. Some have already been done on the channel, and I will let you know if that's the case. So don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will speak to you in the comment section. Bye.